Hello everyone, happy Monday and welcome back to Greenpine Zoo and Gardens. In last week's episode we reached a very huge milestone in the history of our park because we finished the Panda Palace. A massive build that took us 4 episodes to finish. It is so big, so beautiful, and it is so... there's so many stuff in there. We do have 2 outdoor enclosures for the giant pandas, 2 indoor enclosures, a viewing area on the inside of the building. We do have a terrace for our guests, and we do also have a gift shop, a restaurant, and toilets. And we do have an elevator as well. Well, not a working one because we don't have that in that game, but we do have an elevator. Yeah, so as I said, huge milestone, very happy with it, but I'm also very happy that in today's episode we can continue to build something else and not yet start a new chapter because there's still lots of things to do here in Pandasia, but we can move on, which I'm very excited for, because we still need a habitat for the Chinese pangolin, the tanuki. We need to have a staff area here in Pandasia because right now our staff has to walk long ways to get to the animals and take care of them. They have to walk down from the top of the Himalaya and down the path along the habitats for the wolverine and the takin, right next to the snow leopards and the Bactrian camels and the Przewalski horses, all the way through the Japanese garden into Pandasia to take care of the animals. And this is not ideal because, what if an animal is starving? What if an animal needs urgent care? We have to change that. The only building that we do have so far is the keeper hut that we built in last week's episode, but we still need much more. So, in today's episode we are going to have some staff buildings. Not all of them yet, but most of them. As I said, in last week we built the keeper hut. Now we have the vet right here, as you can see on the right side, and we are also going to have an animal trading center, and we're going to have the mechanic. As I said in last week as well, usually we won't need the mechanic because we don't have any in-game barriers or anything that could actually break down, like energy supplies, water supplies or whatever, but it's never wrong to have a mechanic in your zoo, even if you might not need him. So, I'm also going to combine those staff buildings with an animal house. Well, once again, just because we built the habitat for the Chinese pangolin. And I think I mentioned it in last week's episode as well. The Chinese pangolin is usually a nocturnal animal. So if you see, or if you have the opportunity to see a Chinese pangolin in the zoo, which might not be the case, right now I don't know any zoo in the world that actually does have Chinese pangolins. I know some zoos, 2 zoos in Europe that do have pangolins, but that's not the Chinese pangolin. It's the Formosan one. Is it Formosa? I think so. Which is the zoo in Leipzig and also the zoo in Prague in the Czech Republic. So these are the only zoos that I can think of, at least in Europe, that do have those animals. So you might not be able to see them anywhere else in Europe. So, and if you can actually see them in a zoo, you won't see them in an outdoor habitat or in daytime, because as I said, pangolins are nocturnal animals. So therefore it was very clear for me that we do need to have a house for the animals. So I didn't want to have a big house, so something like a nocturnal house. Maybe we're going to do that at some point here in the zoo. I just don't know about that because yeah, we built so many big houses in here already. I think I need a little bit of a break right now. So, as I said, maybe in the future, but not right now. So, to get back to my point, I had to build a house for the animal, and I thought this was a great opportunity to also have these staff buildings in here. So we can, in German you say you can clap 2 flies or kill 2 flies with 1 clap. Yeah. I hope this makes sense when I say that in English as well. But I think you can understand what I mean. Doing 2 things at a time. So I also wanted to have an outdoor habitat because, yeah, as I said, you won't see the animals outside usually, but here in Planet Zoo things work a little bit different, so therefore we have an outdoor habitat as well. The habitat in the end turns out quite big. As we have deselected animal welfare, I don't know if the habitat actually is way too big, if it is in the right size for the animals, or if it is too small. Everything is possible in here, but the animals seem to be happy and they do have everything in the habitat that they need, and yeah, it turns out pretty nicely. So what you can see right here is the staff area on the right. I kept the windows open for the animal hospital because I always think that it is quite interesting if you can see inside and see what's going on, especially when some animals get treatment from the mat. Yeah, I think it is quite interesting. I don't get it why here in Planet Zoo you get a negative effect on the guests when you put something in there and the guests are able to see through the windows. So the question is, why have windows in there at all when they cause a negative effect on guests, when you are not supposed to use those windows so that your guests can see in there? It would have made more sense if you place something like this and you do it like I did with the windows open and your guests can walk along and have a look inside there, that this will get the education rating up. That would have made more sense than a negative effect on the guests. I don't know. I don't know if how you think about that, but when you go into a zoo and you see something like a feeding kitchen for the animals, or you have the opportunity to take a look at the vet or the animal hospital, what do you think about that? Do you think, oh gosh, I don't want to see that, and now I'm don't having fun here in the zoo anymore, why would you show me something like that? Or do you think, wow, that is very interesting, I learned a lot? So yeah, you can let me know in the comment section what you think about that. For me, it's the second part, because I'm always quite interested in how things work and yeah, how actually the work in a zoo is being done on a day-to-day basis. So, okay, let's talk about the building. In the end, it's going to be a quite big building. I wanted it to be in a complete same style as we did the one for the deer that are right next on the right side to our pangolins. And you can see that I took some of the building materials and from time to time had a look at the stable for the deer to see what I did, what building materials I did use, and what I do have to do to make it look similar. And so yeah, there's that. I also wanted to have some more things in today's video. I was thinking about all the buildings that I told you guys about, that I wanted to have a little market with food and souvenirs and whatever. Well, never mind. Yeah, but in the end, it took me quite a while to finish this. It was about 4 hours once again that I spent on this little thing here. And there's so much detail in here. I'm already very, very happy when we finish this area, because I think in the end this is going to turn into a nightmare performance wise. Because I already noticed when I walk through this area, especially when I hit the play button, that my PC is having quite a little bit of a hard time. Nothing to worry about at all right at the moment, but I think with everything we do in here and using so much stuff for all these buildings and having so much buildings in here, it has the potential to cause a little bit of a problem. But we'll see. We'll see. It's at least 2 or 3 more episodes, I think, before we are going to finish Pandasia, and then we are going to start with our Australian area. So therefore, I also have to tell you something, guys. I'm going to make an announcement video in the next few days or week or so, because I need to take an urgent break. Not just from Planet Zoo, but also from Jurassic World Evolution, the content creation as a whole. You might have noticed that I've done a massive lot the last few weeks. Since Jurassic World Evolution 3 came out, there's been a new video, at least one new video from me every single day. So this means that I was working, yeah, I have to get back a little bit. I do have a daytime job. I'm not working full-time, I just work 4 days a week, but 4 complete days. So this means that I was working on my content here on my channel every Friday when I came home from work, the whole Saturday, the whole Sunday, the whole Monday, which is my off day every week, just to get all those videos out. And I'm not complaining about it, because it was my choice to do so. And I really do have fun doing all this stuff. So, as you can imagine, today is Sunday the 23rd when I'm recording the voiceover. So for the Keeper crew members, they can already watch the videos in a few hours. Can already watch this video in a few hours, because I'm going to upload it on YouTube after I finish it. I still do need to build for my DLC zoo. I still need to do the speed builds for Jurassic World Evolution 3. In the meantime, I recorded 7 campaign videos for Jurassic World Evolution 3. I worked on my taste test videos for the donuts, which I did a few weeks ago. Well, a few weeks ago is not correct. It's yeah, a few weeks ago, because it was on Halloween when I recorded it. I finally found time yesterday to work on it a little bit. I also did some secret thing yesterday. Sorry. And so, yeah, to get back to my point, it has come to the point where it is just a little bit too much for me. Especially when everything in my day job is very stressful these days, because we have so much work to do, and I don't want to bore you with that. Yeah, I have a little bit of a burnout. Maybe not just a little bit, but yeah, I notice physically that I am way past my limits, way past anything that I'm capable of. So, as I said, I need to take an urgent break. And therefore, I'm going to take a break for the whole December. That's the plan, because to be honest with you guys, I want to enjoy this time of the year. I want to bake cookies. I want to go on Christmas markets. I want to have sausages on the Christmas market and drink a little bit of Glühwein. I don't know what it is called in English, so it is like punch or something, just a wine with spices and hot and stuff like that. So I want to enjoy this time of the year, and I feel that everything rushes by when I'm just sitting in front of the computer and doing all this stuff. Don't get me wrong at all, because I really do enjoy this. I really love doing all of this, and yeah, it is time to take a break, to do things a little bit more slowly. And I hope you guys do understand that. I hope you guys still support me, because I'm definitely going to be back in January on... let me have a look at the calendar. Just a second. Yeah, on January 1st, I'm definitely going to be back with new videos. We might have a new schedule here on my YouTube channel with the stuff that I'm going to release, but don't worry, the DLC Zoo series and Greenpine Zoo will still be on my channel every Monday, every Wednesday, as you know it. And we still are going to have fun with Jurassic World Evolution 3 as well, at least with the Sandbox series with Chengdu Dino Park. That's obviously going to continue as well. I just don't know about the other stuff, because yeah, as I said, I need more time, so things have to change a little bit. Well, there's that. As I said, I hope you guys will support me also during that time, so if there's any videos that you haven't watched, you can watch all of these for the whole December, and I promise you guys I'm going to be back on January 1st. And maybe there's going to be 1 or 2 videos right in between, because there might things happen or might not, you never know. So keep your eyes open for that, and for the regular stuff, I'm back in January. Oh, and there's still going to be 1 more episode next Monday, so don't forget about that. After next week's episode, the break will take place. So, back to the build. You can see the inside of the house right now. I put in some decoration. I'm very happy that we actually do have these pangolin signs in the Southeast. Yeah, it was not the Southeast Asia DLC, but the Southeast Asia building pieces. So therefore we do have the pangolin. I think we do also have the Japanese macaque, the giant panda, the red panda, and I think that's it. Or was there still 1 animal more? I'm not quite sure about that. But yeah, as I said, I'm very happy with that, because these signs fit the whole thing very well. So for the indoor enclosure, I did not know quite, frankly, what I wanted to have in there. So first of all, I was going to have natural ground in there, and I wanted to work on that, having those little pools in there like we do have for our cat habitats. But it didn't work out quite well, and so I decided we are going to have a concrete floor in there, and we just put some planters in there. You're going to see that in a few minutes, because I thought this was the obvious choice. This would be more realistic. So I was going with that. We are not having a real backstage area in here. Just the staff buildings that we do have on the right. So there's nothing... yeah, maybe we have to go back in there and do some of the staff material that I was building, so the backstage stuff. So yeah, because it is very plain in there, we don't have any walls, any decoration or whatsoever. And as I'm thinking about that and telling you guys that it is that way, I think we definitely have to change that. Oh yeah, it's 5 animals. But I can't see... Oh, it was 2 pandas. It was 2 giant pandas, 1 red panda, the pangolin and the Japanese macaque. So 4 animals at all. Yeah. Which is also a little bit sad that we don't have signs for every single animal that is in the game. We do have some, but by far not all of them. So as I'm thinking of most of the African animals, we don't have any signs for them. For most of them. So especially when I think about the lion, well, stop. We actually do have some of those. You remember those wooden signs in the African set? With the white lines that painted the lion, a rhino, was it a giraffe as well? Some kind of cattle, I think. So yeah, we do have some of the signs, but still a lot of them missing. I hope this is going to change in Planet Zoo 2. And I also do hope that we will have the same signs for all of the animals. So that we do have something that is cohesive. Yeah. The outdoor habitat. I was doing a combination of the glass pieces on the ground so that you can have a clear look at the animal, but also the mesh fence pieces on top of it, because I wanted to have somewhat of a air circulation in there so that the animals will get air but won't be too much disturbed by the visitors. So yeah, that you can see the animals, but the animals won't be too stressed. Normally, when I would see something like this in a zoo, there would be mesh fence pieces on top of the habitat as well, to close it up on top, because pangolins are, I don't know if they are good climbers, but they are climbers. Yeah, I'm just thinking. Yeah, I don't think that they are good climbers. I think they are very clumsy, but they can climb. So you want to have the habitat closed on top of it as well, because you don't want the pangolins to get out. Once again, in Planet Zoo, things work a little bit different. so the pangolins in here can't climb. So that's the reason why I left the habitat open on top of it. Yeah, and once again, in terms of realism, I shouldn't have done that, but I wanted to have some trees in there. And it is always a little bit difficult to close somewhat of an aviary on top of it when you do have trees in there, because you are so limited by the size of the trees. And as you know, we can't scale things here in Planet Zoo. I'm pretty sure we can do in Planet Zoo too. This might already be set in stone, because it would be very unusual if we have scaling in Planet Coaster 2 and Jurassic World Evolution 3, but we won't have it in Planet Zoo 2. That wouldn't make sense. So, to get back to my point, that's why I decided we're not going to have netting on top of the habitat. And as I think of it, we actually should have, because damn it, yeah, even if the animals can't climb out, there would still be a possibility for birds to get into the habitat, or for other animals to get into the habitat and hurt our pangolins, which would be very unfortunate because pangolins are critically endangered. So there's not that many of them, especially in Asia, where they get eaten by people. Well, like most of the animals that do live in Asia, no matter which size. I think in Asia almost every animal can be found on a lunch table or dinner table, dead or alive. Yeah, that's the sad truth. Yeah, damn it. I think I have to go back into that and to also have netting on top of it, because yeah, I feel like I can't sleep if I haven't. Yeah, I need to do that. Poor little pangolins. Well, so here you can see I tried something different for the little burrow for the animals. I covered it up. You've already seen that in my DLC Zoo series. I think it was Lotus Valley Zoo, where I covered up the burrow with some temple pieces so that it actually looks like the honey badger is walking into the temple. Here I tried something different and was using the barrel to cover that burrow up. I haven't seen already if the pangolin is going to get in there, but I thought it was a nice idea. Yeah, we'll see in the next few episodes if the pangolins actually are going to use it or if they are not. Oh, and also, now as I'm creating the outdoor habitat, as I was talking about my plans for the Christmas time or for December, what are you guys doing in December? Are there any traditions that you are following? Are you going to Christmas markets, baking cookies, or what is your go-to thing for Christmas time or for preparing for the Christmas time? I have to say, I'm going to tell you something a little bit weird maybe about us. We are not going to gift each other that much of presents on Christmas Eve. But what we do like is gift ourselves with advent calendars. So right now it is for me, my husband, my mom and our cat. We do have like 11 or 12 advent calendars all together, which is hilarious, crazy, and I love it. I love it because they are so different. We have some with food, with candies from all over the world. This is my favorite one. We're having that one every year, with nuts, with marshmallows, with gummy bears. I have a nerd advent calendar. I don't have any ideas what is going to be in there. What else do I have? Chocolate advent calendar. My mom has one with beauty products. She's also having one with snacks. We're also having one for our cat. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I really love that, and we're sitting together every evening, having dinner together, and after dinner we are opening up our advent calendars, and I really enjoy that. That is something that is so, that is Christmas time for me. And that is something that I'm looking forward every year, because I think it's a little bit sad that Christmas time is over so fast. It's just 3 days and everything is done, so I'm extending that a little bit with the advent calendars and with our ritual every evening. So let me know in the comment section what you guys are doing to prepare yourself for Christmas. Maybe you have something crazy like me as well. I really would love to know about that. Yeah, so here we are, almost finished. Last finishing touches on our building. As I said in the beginning, it's a little bit bigger than it was supposed to, but yeah, I'm very, very happy. At least it is not as big as our Panda Palace, so I can work with that. But still, it is quite big. But it looks beautiful, and the whole area comes together so nicely. And I also was thinking about having 1 or 2 aviaries right next to the Chinese pangolin, where we can pretend that there's some kind of birds in there. We can have some signage for the birds, some nesting for the birds in there, but yeah, no birds. Or we could actually have some of them if we would download mods. I'm thinking about that. Yeah. And here we are. We are done. I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did so, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, hype the video, become a Keepers Crew member if you want to. You can read how you can do that in the description of the video, and tune in next week when we are going to have the last episode of Greenpine Zoo and Gardens for this year. So have a great time, guys. See you next Monday. Bye.